Hey, welcome along. Hopefully you were just watching the press conference between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. With us, Kate Abdo, Andre Ward, Shawn Porter here with you. You were really looking forward to this press conference to get a read on who's at where mentally. What kind of place are both of these men in? What did you figure out from it?
Press conferences, weigh-ins, all the festivities leading up to the fight the week of, it's not the full puzzle, but it's a piece of the puzzle. You get a glimpse into the psyche and the mindset of each fighter, get to see who's confident, who's in character, out of character. Tyson Fury was in character. He's who he always is. Very brash, very, very bold. And him standing up, it may not seem like much, but that's a small little message to Deontay Wilder, just saying that I'm the alpha. I'm going to dominate this press conference and I'm going to dominate this fight. Wilder seemed a little bit more subdued until Fury drew him out at the end of the press conference. Now, I don't know if that's good or bad. That's not the Wilder we're used to seeing, but that's the Wilder we've heard from as of late. We'll see if that benefits him going into this fight.
The fact that Wilder even decided to say something, to me, speaks a lot of where he is mentally. I think that he's in the right place mentally. I think that he's in the right place emotionally. I think that the fact that he stood up in a moment where Tyson Fury was really just going to come attacking Deontay Wilder, and for D to stand up and say something and say, hey, I got to let you know that I am still in this room. Yeah. Don't think that just because you didn't sit down, just because you walked across the stage, that you're the commander in chief here. I think that D is in the right place. I think that speaking back at Tyson Fury in the moment where Tyson kind of started to attack him, he fought back, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, just for clarity, again, these press conferences and weigh-ins, they're not the puzzle. It doesn't mean that, this guy did well today, so he's going to win. It's just a little glimpse into the mindset of each fighter.
But, Deontay Wilder was talking about silence is golden, right? Kind of defending how he has been, certainly at that press conference that we saw him at in June, where he chose not to speak, right? Mm-hmm. What does it matter? What does it matter whether you speak at the press conference or not? Why is that so indicative of how you're going to be in the ring, if ultimately all that matters is how you go in there and perform in the ring on fight night?
It's always about sending the message, and that's what Tyson Fury was doing. I didn't sit down. I'm sending you a message right now that I am the alpha. I saw that I am the one that's going to command this stage, and when we get in the ring, I'm going to be the commander-in-chief in this ring. And it's always about sending the message. You want to look confident. You want to show the fighter that you're not afraid of that fighter, that you're not afraid of that big right hand that Deontay Wilder has. And I think that from Tyson Fury's side of it, he showed everything that he needed to show Deontay Wilder and his entire team. And respectively, I think that Deontay Wilder spoke when he needed to, and he said everything that he needed to say. And I thought that at the end, he felt, hey, I'm not going to let you just attack me right now and then walk off this stage peacefully. You're going to take some of these jabs back.
For me too.
Yeah.
You like seeing that bite back?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a bite back kind of guy. I'm a guy that probably I won't start the fight, but I might finish it. That was kind of my thing. You asked the question about why is it important. Well, what you win the people with, that's what you got to keep them with. And both guys, their whole careers have been that way. They've been brash. They've been in your face. So
what you win the people with, he cares more about the belt than the fans, though, no?
Yeah, but the fans are also the reason they're here today. It's not just the fight. The fans showed interest. The fans are buying pay-per-view. If this fight didn't make any money, it wouldn't make any sense. So what I'm saying is it matters just from the standpoint of it gives a glimpse into the mindset. You wonder, this isn't the guy we've seen all these years. Are you good? Are you really as confident as you're saying? It just poses questions. Now, maybe he's revamped everything. Maybe this is the new Deontay Wilder we're going to see in a few days.
Was there anything that you heard throughout that, 20 minutes? I don't know how long that one was.
It wasn't quite that long, I don't think.
Was there anything that you thought, I hadn't heard that before, or that was new to me? Anything that took you by surprise in terms of approach, anything?
I know a little bit about Malik Scott. Don't know a lot about him. Of course, I know his history with Deontay Wilder, but I just felt like seeing Malik Scott speak for the first time, myself seeing him speak for the first time. He's very intelligent. He's done his homework. He does his research. It doesn't stop at 7 o'clock when we leave the gym. Like he said, it's going at 5 a.m. It's going at 2 a.m. He's the kind of coach that has expected nothing but excellence out of Deontay Wilder, and I think that he's been able to pull some things from D that no other coach in Deontay Wilder's life has more than likely his life has ever been able to pull out of him in the sport of boxing. And so, with that being said, I think that they're going to come to the ring very prepared. I think that they're going to make some adjustments. This fight is not going to go 5 or 6 rounds like the second one did. It's going to go a little longer, and I think it's going to be greater than that second match.
I mean, what Deontay Wilder did say, I think it was good. I think he got to the point. He talked about his mental space. He talked about, just his surroundings and the people that are around him. That may not mean much to the average fan, but that means a lot because a happy fighter is a dangerous fighter. And it didn't seem like, based on what Wilder said, that he was off in a cave somewhere.
And then guess what? What did Tyson Fury do? He attacked it immediately.
He did. And that's his
get
job.
a room.
No. But I'm not talking about what he said to Malik. I'm saying just his mindset. When he did open up, he seemed settled. He seemed like he knew what he wanted to say, and I believed it. We'll see, again, if it translates in the ring, but what he said, I think, was meaningful and speaks to the way he's carried himself and the way he's kind of been reinventing himself over the last year or so.
And the only thing that I'm speaking to is Tyson Fury's mental offense that he has to attack that and say, "Oh, get a room," and basically just throw all that out of the room, out of the room. Everything that you feel. Like, I just pour myself out to you, Kate. Just told you how I feel about my coach, and then this dude just stepped on it. This dude just stepped on it. You know what I mean? So Tyson Fury knows how to get his way.
I mean, it's interesting, right? Because your coach is your father, so you have to have a connection with him, right? You got no choice. You got to choose your coach, right? How important is it that you have that brotherly love and that sense of trust, that I trust you with my life? Because I think a lot of us looked at the situation with Mark Breland, and then JD has been moved out, and kind of wondered, oh, what does this mean, and is this a good thing? How do you feel about it?
I mean, I think it's important. For me, I had a father figure. My coach was my godfather, and he became my godfather shortly after he started training me. I think it's essential because I couldn't imagine going to war, dealing with this kind of pressure, this kind of fight where you could really get hurt and leave the ring different than the way you came in, with just a hired hand. Somebody that's just here for a check. I needed my goddad to see me and be with me the week of the fight and say, "Son, listen, I know what you're thinking," and give me the right words at the right time. And so for me, I wouldn't know any other way, and I think it can only help Deontay Wilder and Malik Scott.
And guess what? Tyson Fury, after the first fight, he made the move to Sugar Hill. We see their relationship. They travel the world together. I travel the world with my dad. That's my dad. You know what I mean? So for you to have your coach like that and you're traveling the world with them means something. And then again, Tyson Fury attacking Wilder. Why are you changing everything? Guess what? I got the next person closest to blood right here in my corner. Both guys are prepared all the way across the board. I think this is just the element that we're waiting on fight night.
Man, I'm excited for this one. Listen, we've got loads more coming up for you. We've got the weigh-in coming up on Friday. That is at 5 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you join us for that. FS1, ESPN2. We've also, of course, got the fight. The big pay-per-view card starts 9 p.m. Eastern. We do hope that you will join us for that. We will see you very soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching. Well, if you enjoyed that clip, make sure you click somewhere around here and subscribe. From fight highlights to exclusive interviews, we have got everything you need as a boxing fan right here on PBC on Fox.